Hello and welcome to your home yoga practice. This is my video for low back and hips to help you open up in through this area. This will also help in through the sacroiliac, the SI joint, and also the outside hip here and the low back area here. These are really common areas to have a lot of tension. Even people that are really fit have a lot of tension in this area. So I find it's an area that most people need to stretch every day. So let's begin with a gentle stretch with your feet. You'll notice that I have my feet parallel, and that means that the big toes are turned in slightly and the outsides of the feet are parallel, and that helps to open it through the sacroiliac joint. Now you want to bend your knees, and I'll show you from the side. You want to bend your knees and then fold into a forward bend, and see if you can have your device, your camera or your iPhone or your computer somewhere where you can look to the side. That's sometimes nicer for the neck. Now you come forward and you bend the knees, let the head dangle, and then just hold on to the backs of the legs. Let your head fall and bring the body in contact with the legs. So you're going to really bend. You might super bend the knees to be able to open up through the hamstrings. Just see how you can get contact with your body to the thighs. Now the breathing in and out through the nose is full, and this will help you to open up in through the low back. Now, on your exhale, pull the core up. You really lift the belly up and in. And I like to say that's like a half a giggle. So you do you do a little giggle to pull the core up. And eventually or now, it'll feel like you're pressing down through the base of your toes and almost like you're going to tip. So I'll just show you what I mean. So you're going to pull up so much through the bum bones that it feels like you're going to tip. And you take 2 more breaths here. Stretching into the low back strongly. And you might notice that you can straighten your legs a little more now or soon to see how this happens. And then gently release. Now we'll walk the hands forward to come right underneath the shoulders, and the shoulder blades are down. Step the legs back, so you're going to come onto your knees and have your shoulder blades sliding down your back. You're pressing through the palms, the knees are apart, tops of the feet are on the floor. And you want to have your knees hip width apart. And then you're going to take an in-breath and gaze ahead, not up, and then exhale and round the spine. And it feels like you're pressing your palms through the mat. And then breathe in, come to a flat back position, tipping the tailbone up now, so you're arcing the back and you're lifting the eyes, and the shoulder blades come down. Now, if you can just take a look at the camera for a moment. If you can, when you do this pull down, if you can feel like you're pulling your palms down in the mat, that will draw the shoulder blades down. They stay put, but it's that activation of pulling down through the palms. And then on the exhale, you press the tops of the feet down. Feel again like you're pressing your palms through the floor. And then breathe in, and once again, come into an arched back. So we're warming up in through the lower back mainly, and exhale and round. Good. So again, now stay in the rounded position, and breathe in and out through the nose. The tops of the feet are pressing down, and you've got space in between the shoulder blades. And you want to just let the head dangle, and breathe in and out through the nose. Keep that lift in the back, so you're hollowing out the core in order to stretch into the low back. So again, if you want to just look up at the video, when you stretch, really pull up through the core and press the palms down, head dangles. So you don't have to tuck the chin, you just let the head fall, and you keep pressing the tops of the feet down. Breathe in and out through the nose to hollow out the low back. Stay breathing steadily. And then you can take the body back. Now you're going to take the fingertips forward and tuck the toes under, if that's okay. If it's a bit too much for the feet, then feel free to stay at the top. Now you're going to take an in-breath and then exhale back, round your spine. And again, pull up from the core and breathe into the space in between your shoulder blades. So you're breathing in and out through the nose. And on the exhale, you really pull the core in, and that will help to come into the low back. Press the tops of the feet down. Feel happy? Happy? You know you are if you're not trying to hold the pose. It'll feel better. You'll excavate the belly up and in. Here's that half a giggle again, a little. And then it helps to get the core back. And then come down to the elbows. Now you press down through the elbows and the forearms. The bum sticks up and back. And you really press the bum bones back. It's like you're trying to spread the bum cheeks. I know that sounds weird, but it's a great stretch for the low back. Now, from there, do exactly the same cat round. So you're looking ahead now, breathing in, back is tipped up, low back. And then you exhale and you round the spine and you tuck the tailbone under. So you're pressing the tops of the feet down. And then breathe in again and gaze straight ahead. And tipping the tailbone up, and then exhale and round the spine, pressing down through the elbows, creating space in the upper back as the head dangles, and you breathe into the upper back. And then again, breathe in, gaze ahead, tip the tailbone up so you're opening in through the low back, and then exhale, and again, press the tops of the feet down. That'll tip the tailbone down and under, and your head dangles. And then you can breathe in, gaze up again. Now take the palms forward, walk the fingers forward, and then exhale back into child's pose. And the child's pose is a pull back from the core. The head dangles and then reaches the floor. Now, if it's a little bit too much to get to the floor, I didn't bring anything with me. Yeah, you can use like a towel rolled up, or you could use a pillow. I just want to demonstrate. Sometimes it's hard to get the head down. So if you need to have a pillow or anything there that heightens you, you can do that, and then you can do your child's pose, like so, with the arms in front, or like this, with the arms to the side, and the shoulders fall forward, so that you get that space in between the shoulder blades. And you breathe in and out. Now you're stretching the low back down, so the bum is moving towards the heels. Now, my knees are okay to do this. Some people, it might be a little bit too much for the knees. Let me show you the modification. So you might have a pillow underneath the knees, and it might be a big, like a sofa pillow, something quite thick. Or some people have bolsters because they do yoga, and you could do that as well. And then you've got less pressure on the knees, and you can come into your forward child's pose or your side child's pose, either one. And releasing again, and take in 2 more breaths to expand into the pose and get your tailbone down. And again, feel happy. Make sure that you're breathing steadily. There is a real attitude in yoga, and it's one to breathe and be fluid and let the pose do you, so you aren't stretching, you're breathing. The pose will stretch you. And then you come on slowly back up. This is also a very good pose for distension, if you have distension in the belly, because you'll usually fart. So usually get rid of any tension. And then from there, we're going to come down onto the back, and you can draw your legs in. So draw the knees in and pull the legs in wide. Knees are spreading. And you can hold on behind the legs, or you can hold on in front, and you pull the knees to the outside. Now bring the heels into the sky and pull the toes back. Now grab on somewhere. Now this body, I have short legs, so it's easy for me to grab the feet. I want you to just feel where you can get. It might be behind the knees to hook with the hands, or you might hold on to the shins. And again, make sure you're breathing more than anything else. And as you pull the knees down, just keep like a really good pressure so that the knees press on the outside. Now watch this. You're gonna notice the tailbone will come up off the floor, because the back can do that. If your back can do that, that will help to stretch in through the low back really strongly. Keep the breathing constant. That will guide you if you can go this far. And then gently release and let the legs come down. Okay, now we'll take the left leg straight, and you can hug the right knee in. Now take an in-breath and then exhale, and then tuck the chin, and you're going to draw your body into the knee. The left leg reaches out. You can pull the toes back on that left foot, And as you tuck the chin, bend the elbows to pull the knee in. And then you can lower down. You lower all the way. And come on into circles with that knee. And I'd like you to pull in really snugly. So pull in tight so you can squeeze through the hip flexor, quad, thigh. And coming in both directions as you come around. And you're keeping the elbows bend. Now come back to your middle, pull the knee in, and then release the right leg. Next in-breath, take that left leg up, hug that left knee in, pull in snug, let the elbows press back. Really squeeze. Reach the right heel out, pull back through the toes so you're stretching through the foot and the back of the knee. And then come on into circles. Really squeeze in. And breath. Good. Come on in both directions. Really squeeze in. Okay. And then release the leg. Okay. Now you can take the right leg up again. And you're going to lift the upper body. Now pull the ankle across. So you might hold on to the shin, but you're going to pull the foot across this way, and you're going to hug this arm around. So let me just show you from this side. You're going to hug around with the arm. Maybe you're here. Anything that gets the hip to open. So we're bringing that right leg in. The left leg reaches out. Be happy. Make sure you're breathing. Now, you'll notice I just pulled, if you saw it, I'm pulling the core in. That really helps to stabilize and press the low back down. So here's with the core relaxed, and then here's with the core drawing in. And I'm doing that to stabilize the spine. This is a great maneuver to help deepen the stretch. It's just a drawing of the abdominal wall. And that's where I keep talking about that half a giggle, so it's a little and you pull in. And then you pull that leg in towards you. Now you might use a pillow to take your head back. It might be a tall pillow. Or you might be able to reach the head to the floor, no problem. I can do it, so I'll just show you what I mean. I can reach the head, no problem. So you just want to see if you can. And you're pulling that leg in. Now you might be up here. The plan is to move this right foot towards the opposite left shoulder. Right foot to left shoulder. And then come up again, tuck, do your half a giggle, pulling in through the core, and then lift a little higher, pull in, and then gently release that right leg. Come on down. Come on down. And relax the upper body. Now tune into the difference on the two sides. It's one of the greatest ways to developing body awareness is take a moment to feel how the pose affected you. You've changed your blood flow. In yoga, we call it prana. Energy has come into this area, and it's very real. It's very measurable. And then over time, now bring the other leg up, and then over time, what happens is you build more capillaries in the area, so the area is more oxygenated. So that's the wonderful physiological news. And then the right heel reaches out, so you can see you're hugging about the leg wherever you can get. And you're pulling that left foot towards the right shoulder. And you lift the upper body. Half a giggle. Good. You'll learn to giggle on command. You could be a good comedy audience and get paid thousands. And just get a really good lift. Now, can you pull the core in? Do tuck the chin. Pull in as much as you can. And again, wherever you are, excellent. Just pull the foot across. And then let the upper body down. Keep on pulling the leg in to stretch in through the hip. And breath. And breath. Lift the head one more time. And do your half a giggle. Keeping that right heel reaching out so you continue to pull up. And then you can gently release. Let the left leg down. And now bend the knees and just have the flats of the feet on the floor. And then pull the heels in quite close, if you can. If that's a little tender on the knees, then feel free to bring the feet further away. Now press the feet into the floor and press the low back down, and then press the tailbone away. So the upper body is relaxed, you're totally releasing, and you send the tailbone away, and you're bridging up. Now, you might notice that you need to lift your head and then reposition it because of the change in the spinal length. So sometimes I find this happens, like the head might come in and shoulders up. So that's where you would send the tailbone out and up, press into the insides of the feet as the tailbone goes away, and you're just gazing towards the ceiling. So gaze up. So there is a big opening in the throat, so you're not tucking your chin. There's a picture of Marilyn Monroe in this pose, and she's looking down, but she's probably just admiring her body. Just see if you can admire your body later and keep the tailbone reaching out. Now the shoulders are resting back, and then you're going to lower from your upper back first. So the tailbone stays up. You reach out through the tailbone, reach out through the tailbone. Lower down vertebrae by vertebrae. You're taking your time. It might take you 4 breaths to come down. You want to do this really methodically, really pressing the upper down, the upper down, the upper down, and then coming down all the way up. Okay. And now, one more time, peel the tailbone up off the floor, sending the tailbone away. The upper body relaxes, shoulders are resting back, you're lengthening through the spine as you send the tailbone away. The gaze is to the ceiling, and you're long through the spine. So if you can just take a look for a moment, the tailbone is out, so we're attempting to not squeeze the bum like this to come up. It's send the knees away, that will activate the backs of the legs. Can you squeeze your bum? People will often ask that, and I'm sure you're totally thinking that. It can be a bit too much to squeeze the bum. See if more you can press the feet down strongly, all 4 corners of the feet, and send the tailbone away. Now, the upper body, you want to relax the neck, the shoulders, and keep that tailbone reaching out. Keep pressing into the feet. So most of the activation is from your legs, not your core and not your bum. Your bum will squeeze a bit. And then, on your next exhale, slowly start to lower from the upper back. Keep the tailbone reaching out. So I want you to imagine you have a mouse's tail, and I'm pulling it out. So your tailbone reaches out all the way down, maybe taking 4 breaths to come down, and then lower all the way. Okay, fantastic. Now, you can cross your right ankle over your left knee, number 4 hip stretch. We flex the right foot, so please keep it flexed. And then rotate that right knee away. So I'm just going to show you the aerial view because my cameraman isn't here today. And you're going to just rotate that knee away. So we're trying not to let the knee come too high if you can. That'll help to open the outside hip in here. So you're pressing that knee away. You're lifting the lower body, coming up. And then you can grab either behind the knee, or you can grab in front and you can pull the leg in. Now the elbows bend and you rotate that right knee away. Keep the right foot flexed and then pull the leg in. Now you're really making it like a little V, so you're pulling yourself, your upper body to your lower body. Perfectly fine if you're here. Just let the foot dangle. All positions show you how to stretch, not how flexible you are. Forget any ideas. Just go right into your breathing. And then you let your upper body down, lowering down, your shoulders are back. And then see if you can pull the foot in a little further. So you're bending your elbows, your shoulders are back. Now here again, the gaze is to the ceiling so that you're not tucking your chin. And that helps to keep your shoulders back and your neck long and free. Notice if you can pull in even a little more. A little more. Again, just notice if you can. Now you're still pressing the right knee away, so you're still pressing out like so. With the awareness, you don't have to use your hand, just keep that knee pressing away. There's a lot to learn with each pose. And then you let the right leg down. Okay, let's recross the left leg. Flex the left foot to pull the toes back. Bring the ankle above the knee. Rotate that left knee away. It's nice to use the hand here just to get that press. Then lift the upper body, either grab behind the knee, I'm gonna hug in front because I have short legs, and then you're breathing, you're gonna really tuck the chin, bend the elbows to pull the leg in well, and your breathing is steady. And you're strong through the core, and you wanna really tuck the chin here, so here we do tuck, in order to round the upper back. Pull in as much as you can, and then slowly come down. Please listen to the knee. If the knee needs to stay like this, let me just show you, up a little bit because it's too hard on the knee, but if you can rotate the knee down and away from your body, that's going to be a greater hip stretch. The upper body relaxes, the elbows are bending in order to pull that thigh in. You keep the foot flexed, so the toes pull back on this left foot as you pull in. You're breathing fully. Breath. Breath. Pull in a little more if you can. Bravely, going where you've never gone before. If you can, keep bending the elbows, keep the shoulders free. Breathing fully. Press that left knee away. Press it away. And then gently release. Now keep that left ankle there. And then take the arms out to the side, either up like a V, like so. So I've got my arms straight. And then tip over to the right side. And keep that left knee pressing away. Okay, so you've got the knee coming to the ceiling. And you're going to stretch strongly out of this left side. So the left palm is up towards the ceiling. And you can press that left shoulder blade back. The gaze is towards the ceiling. You feel the entire back of the body relax back. And then just one more time, come into a little giggle, Good, just to press the core down and to lengthen in through that left side. And the shoulders are back. And then on your next in-breath, draw all the way back up. Okay, now you're going to cross that left knee over. And just a little note, something I've started to do in the last year is this. I'll lift the head up like this and come back because it releases my neck and my shoulders. So at any time, feel free to do this. Like do any little maneuvering that helps you know you're getting more of your back in contact with the floor. Because it's easy to hold up the shoulder. Okay, so we've got the left knee on top of the right. And then some people, you'll be able to do this. You'll be able to wrap the leg. Otherwise, you just keep the foot there. So I'll just show you on this side. If either the foot's there or maybe it wraps. Okay, and then we come on over to the left. And the arms again are back. So this one we have the knee wrapped. Okay, now I'm just going to move over because I want you to see the whole pose just in case I came off camera without having a cameraman here. And you want to breathe deep so you draw the breath right down into the low belly. Come into your half a giggle. Just do a little. I know it's silly. It does help though to get the core in. Your right shoulder is back. You really open the chest here. Just stay with your breathing. Excellent. Good, and again, you'll find it so helpful to pull the core in when you exhale. And then breathe in, now draw the legs back up. Uncross that left knee. Get to the middle of the mat. Let your body press back again. And then we cross the right knee up. Gosh, I hope I did the right one. Sorry guys, I'm forgetting. That's the left knee, isn't it? Yeah. Nope, it's the right knee. Yep. So you press that right knee away. The right foot is flexed. And then press the right knee away from you. Tip over to the left side. Keep the right knee pressing to the ceiling and away. And let the arms be up in a V like so. As you keep pressing that right knee away, open through the right waist. The upper body is relaxed. Shoulders are back. I want to stay with a nice full breath. The upper body relaxing. Keep the right foot on top of the knee flexed. Okay, see if that keeps the traction of the knee correct. The upper body lets go. Rest back. Come into your half a giggle. Good. Pull the core down. And then breath in, come on back up. Here we go, we're going to wrap. So you wrap the right knee on top, maybe the leg wraps, and then you tip over to the right side. Let your left shoulder rest back. Of course, you're going to be well off the floor on this left side as you keep pulling that left hip across, and your arms are resting back as you open through the chest. And you want to keep your breathing steady and come into your half a giggle. Just to pull the core in and to not take any of this too seriously, and letting that left shoulder come back. Oh, and just a big breath now. And then breath in, draw the knees back up. You still have the right knee crossed, and then you're going to lift the upper body, hug the knees in, let the elbows bend to draw your legs in towards you, tuck the chin, and then recross, left on top, wrap if you're a wrapper, grab the legs, let the chin tuck. I just cracked myself up. And you want to just see if you can get in really, really snug, and then half a giggle. Good to pull the core in. And then we're going to change this up. I want you to take the left ankle on top of the right. Now reach up and grab the legs. You might grab the shins. You might be able to grab the feet. You're going to pull the legs in and round and tuck and draw in and stay with your breathing. Now let the upper body down as you pull the ankles up, cross. I'm going to show you the aerial view. You're pulling across. The head comes down and you're stretching deep into the sacrum. And then recross, bringing that right ankle on top. Pull the ankles across as much as you can, stretching into the sacral area. The elbows bend to the outside. You're breathing. And then you can gently release the legs. Let the heels come down. Good. And then bring the legs back up into happy baby. So we bring the feet up, bend the knees to the outside. Let your shoulders relax. Just release completely. And do a little rock side to side. And again, you might be grabbing onto the calves or the knees. But do let the knees bend well to the outside. Legs well spread to press down through the low back. Okay. And then you can gently release the legs. Good. Now here's where you would lie in Shalasana, even if it's for 5 minutes, to let your body assimilate all the poses that you've just done. It's really helpful for the nervous system. I know it's easy to want to skip Shalasana. So just see if, even if you give yourself 2 or 3 minutes, now I'm just bargaining, but just see if you can really let the back of your body go and feel all the little changes that have gone on in your low back and your hips. Great. And I will leave you there to enjoy your Shalasana and feel really good that you took this time for your body and to open up into your low back and your hips. Okay, have a great day.